very basic steps. Okay, so first, in order to create a snap mirror, okay, first step we need to make sure is just log into both the clusters. Okay, let me log into cluster 1 and cluster 2. Okay, let me log into cluster 2. Are you able to see the screen properly, or do you want me to change the font?
No, no, we're able to see the screen.
Change the font.
Okay, okay. Yeah, let me do it. Let me make it a little big.
Background was a little gray or like that. Before it was white.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's bold font. Okay, so first step is make sure that SnapMirror and SnapVault license are installed. Okay, you need a SnapMirror license to configure SnapMirror. The same way you need a SnapVault license to configure SnapVault. See, we have SnapMirror is licensed on both the nodes, and you need to check that on both the clusters. License show. This is the command. Okay, SnapMirror licensed. Okay, so we are good with the licensing part. Now we need to talk about so we need to configure. Next step is intercluster lifts. So first make sure that we don't have intercluster lifts. Okay, network interface show hyphen role intercluster. Okay, this command will show you if you have intercluster lifts. Same way, you can check the data lifts, you can check the cluster lift like that by putting them in role specifically. Normally, network interface show will show display everything, right? Yeah. Network interface show role intercluster. Okay, so now we need to configure intercluster lifts on both the clusters. Okay, both the clusters. That is the first step. So let's configure on cluster 1 first. After that, let's configure on cluster 2. The basic thing is like the best practice is create at least one intercluster lift per node. For example, if your cluster is having only 2 nodes, then at least you need to create 2 intercluster lifts, one on node 1 and another one on node 2. Okay. Same way, if you have a 4 node cluster, you need to create at least 4 intercluster lifts like that. That is the best recommendation. If you create more, then that will be good. But yeah, again, it's based on the ports availability and all. So network port show. Okay. Uh, Let me configure now. Network interface show. If you run this command, it will display already configured. Like we have already configured. Like these all are already configured there. Okay. Uh, yeah, not a problem. Only thing is make sure that you are configuring the intercluster lifts on the same ports. Uh, Same port means the ports which are connected to the same network. Okay. What I want to do, I want to configure. I think they have used all the ports. Okay, let's configure on E0F, E0G. Okay, E0G is also configured with the same IP range. Network interface create server name. Intercluster lifts will be created on cluster vserver, admin vserver, not on top of data vserver or node vserver. Okay, so IC underscore lift one service policy. Here you need to mention default intercluster. See why you are not seeing default data blocks, default data files, those kind of service policies here, because we are creating this lift on the admin vserver. Admin vserver will be having different service policies. Here you'll be having only intercluster, default management, default route announce. This is not required actually. We'll never use this. Default management is if you want to configure another management lift like a cluster management lift or node management lift, then you need to select default management. If you want to create an intercluster lift, then you need to select default intercluster. That is the reason I have selected default intercluster. Now we need to mention the IP address 192.168.0. Let's use which is not in use, like let's use 171. Okay, 171 net mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, node 1 and node 1 E0G, right? That is what we have decided to create. Okay, that's it. Let me create another intercluster lift on second node as well. Second node E0G, I'm creating intercluster lift and IP address is 172 and lift name IC underscore lift 2. Okay, now see network interface show. See, it is showing IC, whatever the intercluster lift that we created. And only thing is just check that they are pinging or not. Yeah, they're pinging. Okay, now we have created two intercluster lifts on cluster 1. Same way, let me create two intercluster lifts on node 2 as well. Network interface create. Check before that network interface show. Network interface create a vserver name, my cluster 2, lift name IC and underscore lift 1. Because this is a different cluster, right? You can use the same name. Okay, intercluster address 192.168.0.173. You cannot use the same IP because both of my clusters are in same network, right? 1 is 0G. Same way, let me create it on second node. Network interface show. See, both of our intercluster lifts created. Okay, now we are done with the step 1. Now step 2, need to create a cluster peering with the help of intercluster lifts. Cluster peering means we need to establish the communication between two clusters. I told you, right? With the help of intercluster lifts only, our clusters will be able to communicate with each other. Okay, now let's check if we have cluster peering or not. Obviously, it will be not there. Yeah, cluster peer show. This is the command which will show you if your cluster is involved with any relationship with another cluster. Okay, you can create multiple cluster peerings, like you can peer one cluster with many clusters. It is not like you can peer only one cluster with only another cluster, single cluster. Not like that. You can involve a cluster can be involved in multiple cluster peerings. Okay, so cluster peer create address blah blah. Ignore that. Now it is asking for the peer address. Peer address means here if you are creating cluster peering from cluster 1, then here you need to mention the cluster 2 IPs, okay, which is 173, not 171, 173, comma 174. Okay. Next thing is applications. Here, SnapMirror. We want to use them for SnapMirror purpose, right? Yeah, SnapMirror. Next thing is generate passphrase. True. So what it will do? It will create a cluster peering. I mean, it will my cluster 1 will send peering request to cluster 2. Okay, and here we have selected generate passphrase. That means it will create a key. Okay, so in order to accept that relationship from the second cluster, you need to enter the same key there as well. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, it created. Now what it is saying is it has created a password for us. Now you need to store this password somewhere, and you need to enter the same password when you are running the command from cluster 2. Okay, now let's do the same on cluster 1. Sorry, cluster 2 as well. Cluster peer create address application SnapMirror peer address. Here you need to add the you need to provide the cluster 1 IPs. Okay, that's it. Here you don't need to mention generate passphrase. Just hit enter. Now it will ask for the passphrase. So whatever the passphrase that got generated from cluster 1, right? You need to enter it here. That's it. Right click. Already we copied, right? If you input, if you select it, it will be copied to the clipboard. So you need to right click. That's it. That you have created a cluster peering. Hey. Yeah. See, cluster peering is created. Now both the clusters are paired. If you'll be able to see cluster 1. Yeah, in cluster 2 it will show you peer cluster as cluster 1 available and okay. Okay, these two are important. The same way if you run the command from cluster 1, it will show you cluster 2 name. Okay, you can check the communication between these two clusters by using cluster peer ping destination cluster 2 destination node cluster. Like IP address 19. Here you need to provide the intercluster IP address. Peer ping. Okay, just a destination IP address. Destination cluster 2. Node is not required actually. You can use just IP address. Okay, see, it is showing interface reachable. The same way you can check the communication via cluster pairing between two clusters. Okay, if you don't have configured cluster pairing, then this interface will be not reachable. Okay, just a second, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, so yeah, now our cluster pairing second step is also completed. Now what we need to do, we need to do a vserver pairing. Now normally volumes will be at vserver level, right? And we'll be creating SnapMirror. We can create SnapMirror on volume level or vserver level. So in order to do both, you need to do peering. You need to have a relation between source vserver and destination vserver. That is the reason, along with cluster peering, you need to do a vserver peering as well. There are already vservers. Okay, vserver. So I have two vservers, svm1 and svm2 on cluster 1. Same way, let me check it on show. I have only one vserver. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a vserver pairing between svm1 in cluster 1 to svm1 in cluster 2. Okay, same way you can run the vserver pairing also from any cluster. So vserver pair show. Okay, this is the command to check the pairing. No pairing is there. So vserver pair create vserver name, peer vserver name. In p, you need to mention the vserver name of cluster 2. Okay, application SnapMirror. We have a lot of things like file copy, learn copy, flex cache and all, but you don't need to worry about them. Nobody will use them in real time. Okay, so select only SnapMirror. Peer cluster 2, right? Quite. That's it. So what it will do now, my SVM1 cluster 1 will send a request to SVM1 cluster 2 for peering relationship. Now what we need to do, we need to go to the other cluster. And if you see vserver peer show, it is showing that pending. That means now my destination cluster has to accept the request. That means my SVM1 cluster 2 has to accept the request that came from SVM1 cluster 1. So vserver peer accept vserver name, local vserver name, peer vserver name. Now check the vserver peer status. See, it's showing peered. That means now my both vservers also will be able to communicate with each other. The same way you can do even vserver also, as I told you, you can a vserver can be involved in multiple vserver peer relationships. A single vserver can be involved in multiple vserver peer relationships. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Now we are good to go with the SnapMirror creation. Now what I'm going to do, you see if I have any volumes here. Oh, I have a lot of volumes. Let me see if I have any shares. Yeah, I have shares as well. So what I'm going to do, let's assume that vol1 is my production volume. Okay. Now I want to configure a DR volume in cluster 2 for this production volume. Let me see if I have any data. So let me use the IP address. I think they have not added DNS name. Okay, yeah, wall1. Let me put some data, wall1. Okay, volume size, let me increase it quickly. I'm just copying some data so that I can show you the data copied from source to destination, those things. Okay, so now what I'll do, I need to create a destination volume. Normally, if you are creating SnapMirror from System Manager, you don't need to create a destination volume. It will create automatically. But when you are doing it through command line, you have to create a destination volume. So let me create a volume create, volume name. I'm just keeping it as SM underscore wall1. That means SnapMirror volume. SM means I'm using my own naming convention. Okay, let's create it on node1. Size, one more thing guys, the destination volume size must be greater than or equal to source volume. So let me check the source volume size first. So source volume size is 7.26 GB. So it must be 7.26 GB or greater than that. So let me create a 8 GB volume. Okay, after that, yeah, 8 GB. After that, security style and all, same thing, not required actually. All these things will be applicable from the source volume. You cannot create a junction path also. Main important thing is when you are creating a SnapMirror destination volume, you need to set the type. I told you, right, when you are creating a volume in under type section, it will show you two things. One is a read write, another one is DP. Read write is a normal volume. DP means data protected volume. That means it is a SnapMirror destination volume. You need to select the type as DP. Okay, this is the important thing. If you don't select DP, then SnapMirror will not work. Okay, remaining things you don't need to like snapshot policy and all, you know, all those things, right? So I'm not going to repeat them again. Okay, I have not mentioned vServer. Let me see under which vServer this volume got created. I think we have only one vServer here. That's why. Okay, yeah. So see, DP volume got created. Now I will configure the SnapMirror between my wall1 in cluster1 and SM underscore wall1 in cluster2. So SnapMirror show. This is the command to view the SnapMirror relationships. Currently it is empty because I don't have any SnapMirror relationships. SnapMirror create. Normally it will give you shortcut commands, but let's start with the brief commands. Like you need to mention source cluster. What is your source cluster? Cluster2, FN source, vServer, uh, SVM1 underscore cluster1, right? Next source volume. Source volume is wall1, right? Wall1. Destination cluster, cluster2, destination vServer, SVM1 cluster2, destination volume, SM underscore wall1, right? vServer is not required. Already we have mentioned it. Other things, you need to select the type of the SnapMirror. I told you, right, we'll be having 4 types of SnapMirror: DP, LS, XDP, TDP. Normally, LS and TDP, they are not normal snap mirrors. They have their own purpose. We'll talk about them maybe tomorrow, Monday or sorry, not Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday classes. Okay, mostly Tuesday will finish everything by taking extra time. Yeah. So here, as I told you, we are not using DP anymore, guys. DP is not. It is a standard snap mirror, right? So it has some limitations. XDP is a version flexible snap mirror. So now Netapp is even recommending to use XDP only. They are not recommending to use DP nowadays. Even if you have any snap mirror relationship that created with a DP type from old days, I mean, like when you are maintaining the snap mirror relationship from years, now they are asking you to convert it from DP to XDP. There is a little procedure you need to follow. That is not that complex, pretty simple only. But it is not mandatory. You can continue with the DP relationship on existing snap mirrors, but it is good if you convert them to XDP. Maybe in future, at some point, you must convert them. So let's do it now only. And one more thing, whatever the new relationship you are creating from now onwards, don't use DP, XDP only. So you don't need to worry about DP anymore. Okay, let's select XDP here. Now we need to select the policy, SnapMirror policy. So if you type policy and hit tab, it will show you a lot of policies. Asynchronous, strict sync, and all. Asynchronous is not a policy for SnapMirror. Okay, so mostly it might be DP default or mirror latest. Okay, mirror all snapshots. Yeah, sync, strict sync. These are the policies which can be used for SnapMirror. But again, sync and strict sync, those are okay. Those are related to uh, synchronous snap mirror, right? Now I'm configuring asynchronous snap mirror, but synchronous is a different thing. Okay, so I'm selecting here DP default. You can use either DP default or yeah, either DP default or mirror latest or mirror. Yeah, what is the difference between these policies actually? If you select mirror all snapshots, what it will do, along with the data, it will copy data from source to destination. Along with that, it will copy all the snapshots on source also to destination. Okay. If you select mirror latest, then what it will do, it will copy only data. Along with data, it will copy only the latest snapshot from source to destination. If you select DP default, again, DP default is also just like mirror all snapshots only. Along with the data, it will copy snapshots also from source to destination. Okay, like that. And DP default is a old policy. That's the reason. Okay. Yeah. After that, schedule. You need to mention the schedule. I told you, right? Asynchronous snap mirror will work based on the schedules, right? So let me use 5 minutes. You know, right, where to find the schedule? Job schedule cron show. If you run that command, you'll see the schedules. You can use those schedules here as well. Snap mirror also. Like if you want, you can create your own schedule and use that here. Okay. Yeah, remaining things for now, let's ignore them. They are advanced concepts, little advanced things. We'll talk about them maybe later if it is required. Okay, that's it. Snap mirror creation completed. Now check snap mirror show. See, it is showing. This is the source. This is the snap mirror type. This is the destination. Still, it is. We have created snap mirror, but uh, not yet started the data copy. Just we have created a relation between these two volumes, but we need to start the copy by initializing it. Then only the data copy will start. We need to initialize it. I'll show you that. Right now it is idle. That means SnapMirror is not running, and health status of the SnapMirror is true. That means SnapMirror is healthy. If it is showing false here, then you might have done something wrong. So you need to check that what mistake you did while creating the SnapMirror. Always SnapMirror in SnapMirror show healthy field must be true. If it is false, then there is something wrong. You need to figure it out and yeah, troubleshoot it. Now let me initialize it. SnapMirror initialize, not initialize ls set, it is initialize. And after that, just copy everything, source, cluster, blah, blah, these things, all of them till here. Okay, source details and destination details. After that, we need to select the, again, here also you need to mention the SnapMirror type, XDP, and again policy. While initializing also, you need to mention all these things. Okay, policy DP default. Yeah, few more things like throttle. Throttle means nothing but with how much speed it has to transfer the data from source to destination. Okay, let me explain you here. Like for example, this is my source Netapp and this is my destination Netapp. And I told you, right, the data, these, if these two clusters are in different locations, these will be connected via WAN network. I told you, right, WAN. So normally WAN will be having a bandwidth, like is it a 1 GB link or 500 MB link, like that. The WAN will be having some bandwidth. So if you don't mention throttle for the SnapMirror, what it will do, it will utilize as much as available in the WAN. Like for example, 1 GB is available, it will utilize, it will try to utilize 1 GB to transfer the data, like that. So WAN is not only for SnapMirror, right? There are a lot of things will use a WAN. Like for example, Active Directory will use WAN to sync up with other Active Directory server in a different location, and there are some databases that might be using, applications that might be using, right? Which will impact other applications, right? If you don't set a throttle, like in order to avoid those kind of things, what we'll do, we can set this throttle option here. So with this throttle option, we can set the utilization, like okay, only transfer data between these two volumes with this rate, this transfer rate, like it will be in kbs, like so 102400. That means I'm stating that use 100 MB rate, transfer the data between these two volumes in 100 MB transfer rate, not more than that. Okay, it will not cross 100 MB per second speed. Okay, you need to mention it in kbs. Just convert your MB into kbs. If you want to transfer the data 1 GB, then 102400. That's pretty simple actually. You need to convert it. Okay, so 100 MB, right? 100 into 1024. Okay, if for example, if you want to convert 1 GB, 1 GB means 1 into 1024. Okay, which is MB now. It is in MBs. Now you need to convert it into GB. That means again 1024, like that. Okay. What all the other things we have? Yeah, another one is transfer priority. Like we have two things. One is a normal, another one is low. Like based on the transfer priority, it will transfer the data. For example, I have a very critical volume, which I'll set a transfer priority to normal, and I have a less critical volume, which I'll set a transfer priority to low. So the data transfer will be low on the if you set a transfer priority to low. Like for example, if SnapMirror is running for these two volumes together, then first it will prioritize the critical volume because for transfer priority set to normal, and yeah, it will not prioritize the data on the less critical volume because we have set the transfer priority to low. Okay, normally the default option is normal. Okay, yeah, that's it. Now check SnapMirror show. See, it is transferring. How much data it transferred, it will show you everything. Yeah, don't worry for now. It is showing false. Once the transfer is completed, it will show you true. See, 6 MB copied, 3 MB, 3 KB copied, 6 KB, like that. I think WAN is looks like WAN is little slow between these locations. SnapMirror. Hmm, 985 MB copied. Yeah, 4.14 GB. It depends on a data transfer. Again, depends on your lot of factors like your WAN link speed, the ports which you used for intercluster, how many ports you have used. See, now transfer completed. It came back to ideal state. Okay. So once the transfer is completed, now you can uh, you can mount your junction, you can mount your destination volume to junction path, junction point. Okay. So volume mount, uh, volume name, junction path. Before that, you cannot do that. Once the baseline transfer is completed, then only you can do that. Back to blah blah. Why server name? Yeah, that's it. That's okay. Still, my destination volume is DP, right? DP means data protected volume. That means read only volume. Okay. Before in SnapMirror initialization, I cannot map or mount my volume to junction point. Once the SnapMirror first transfer, initial transfer is completed, then I can mount my volume to junction point and get the junction path. Okay. That's the reason I'm mounting it now. Initially, if you try to mount it while creating a DP volume, it will fail. Let me show you that as well. Let me create another volume, a DP volume. Yeah, DP, right? Let me select like as equal to something. Okay, junction path slash security style blah blah and TFS failed. The only volumes with RW can be mounted during the creation. Okay, that's the reason I've not mentioned all these things. The DP volume, but you can set the snapshot policy and all. Okay. Okay, now let me explain what happened in the backend when you initialize the SnapMirror. Okay, so this is my source cluster, and this is my source volume. Okay, which is vol1, and this is my destination cluster, and the destination volume, which is sm underscore vol1. Now I have created a SnapMirror relation between these two volumes, right? These two volumes. Okay, SnapMirror. Okay, so when we initialize the SnapMirror, what will happen is it will create a snapshot here. Okay, when we initialize the SnapMirror, it will create a snapshot. The first transfer, what we are doing is we'll call it as initial or okay baseline transfer. Okay, we'll call it as initial transfer or baseline transfer. So whenever we are running the initial transfer or baseline transfer, what it will do, first it will create a snapshot on the source. Okay, after that it will start copying the data from source to destination. Once the data copied, what it will do, it will create another snapshot here as well on the source as well, sorry, on the destination as well. After that, whatever the data changes happened on the source, all those things will be captured by the snapshot, right? So whenever it has to transfer the data again, according to schedule, or if we are transferring it manually, what it will do, it will compare these two snapshots. Then it will come to know what all data changes happened, right? So it will copy only those data changes from source to destination during the next transfer. What it will do, it will copy the data changes and it will create another snapshot and it will delete the old snapshot. Once data is copied, it will create another snapshot here as well. Sometimes they might maintain multiple snapshots, okay, due to obvious reasons, different, they have some reasons, but mostly it will use only one snapshot. Okay, again, the after that, whatever the data changes happen, that those will be captured by this snapshot on the source. Again, it will compare these two snapshots during the next transfer, and it will transfer the data changes from source to destination. After that, it will create another snapshot like that. SnapMirror is also will work based on the snapshot technology only. That is the reason I told you, if you understand snapshots, it will be very easy for you to understand the remaining concepts. Okay, any questions how SnapMirror will work in the backend? Okay, cool. So now if you check SnapMirror show, and if you want to know in detail information, you know, right, what to do, instance command, add instance command. Like that, normally here in the lab, you are seeing only one relationship, right? But in real time, you'll be seeing a lot of multiple relationships because you'll be having hundreds and thousands of volumes on both the clusters, and you might be creating hundreds of SnapMirror relationships. Okay. See, and yeah,
We have to do this SnapMirror installation and destination part only, right?
yeah.
In destination.
Yeah, good question. SnapMirror initialization has to be done from the destination cluster. We have to do it from the destination cluster. Most of the SnapMirror related stuff like SnapMirror creation, initialization, a lot of things has to be done from the destination cluster only. But there are only few operations which you need to run from the source cluster. I'll tell you. Like whenever I'm doing the operation, I'll mention it specifically from now onwards where you need to run. But creation and
Once we
initial.
establishing the connection between uh, once we establishing the connection between the source and destination, but SnapMirror initialization we have to do in the destination part, right?
Yeah, even creation also you have to do it from the destination only. Creation and initialization.
Oh,
That is the reason, right? I
okay.
ran the initialization and creation commands from the cluster 2 only, which is our destination. Yeah. Yeah. So here it will show you, if you run instance command, it will show you source path, destination path, nothing but our vServer name, column, volume name. It will show you like path. Okay. What is the type of the SnapMirror? What is the schedule? What is it async mirror or synchronous or asynchronous? It will show you here. What is the policy we have used? What is the throttle? What is the state? Actually, is it in SnapMirror state? SnapMirror means they are in relation now. What is the status? Is it transferring the data or is it idle? Like that. What is the snapshot it used during the last data transfer? Okay, like that, it will show you everything. What is the last transfer type? Actually, normally first transfer, for the first transfer it will show you initialize, but the remaining all transfers it will show you update means nothing but it is just copying the changes only. Once the initial transfer is during the initial transfer, it will copy the entire data from source to destination. Once initial transfer is completed, like if you are doing it manually or it is copying the data from source to destination with the help of schedule, it will just copy changes only from source to destination. Okay, so how much data copied during the last transfer, like we set the 5-minute schedule, right? So it copied data immediately according to the schedule, so no much changes, right? So the data copied is only 3 KB something. Okay, will show you all those things. So what is the lag time? Like lag means nothing but how long back the transfer performed. Like 3 minutes back, the transfer completed. How many transfers it done so far? Like that, it will show you how much of data transferred so far between these two. Like that, it will show you everything in there. Okay. Now let me show you one more time. Again, I think it has transferred. See, again, two minutes back, it transferred the data. Like that. Now, what I'll do, I'll show you how to copy the data manually. But before that, I just want to add some more data. And I just want to show you the data on destination. So now SnapMirror has copied the data, whatever the data I have on wall 1 to SM underscore wall 1, right? Let's see. Now what I'll do, I'll create a CIFS share quickly. Share name SM underscore wall 1. My volume path is also same, right? Junction path. I have already mounted it to the junction path. Interface show. I don't know DNS and all. That's why I'm using the IP. Yeah, let me take this 140 IP. This is a destination V server LIF IP. Okay. CSM underscore wall 1. See, I'm able to see the data on the destination volume of the SnapMirror as well. Like whatever the data I have on source, I'm able to see the same data here. SnapMirror copied the data. Okay. Like now, what I'll do, let me copy something extra data. LOD folder is there. I have few more things here. Let me copy the data to source volume. Oh, I don't have space. Let me add it. Let me add 10 GB straight away. I'm copying some more data, and notice that like right now the time is 4:29, right? 4:30 again it will transfer the data because we have set the 5-minute schedule, right? Every 5 minutes it will transfer the data. It ran the last transfer at 4:29. Now it will run again at 4:30, and again it will run at 4:35, like that. Let's see. After when it hits 4:30, it will transfer the SnapMirror again. We'll see that. Okay, let's see. Show. See, it started transferring according to the schedule. Now it is transferring the data. Once the transfer is completed, then you will be able to see the data. See whatever the new data that we have added here, you'll be able to see it here as well. Okay, let's let it finish first. It copied 1.6 GB. It's completed. Now you need to refresh to see the data. See, now I'm able to see that, right? The newly added data here as well, like that. Okay. So whatever the data, it will not copy entire data. Whatever the data changes happen on the source, it will copy those changes only from source to destination. Okay. If you delete something on the source, then during the next data transfer, it will be deleted on the destination as well. That is the reason why they are calling it a mirror. Mirror means whatever you have on source, the same will be there on the destination with respect to data. Okay. Now, not only Snap, like for example, if you have some need, like if you have some requirement where you want to copy the data from source to destination before the schedule occurs, you can do it by manually. Okay, there is a command called SnapMirror update. By using this command, you don't need to mention source cluster, source vserver, source volume every time. You can mention the paths as well by using this command, SnapMirror source path, where you need to mention your source vserver and source volume name, the same way destination path, destination vserver, and destination volume name. That's it. You can use this command as well. Okay. Okay, like that. Let me show you. Let me add some more data. Let me create a new text document here, and let me do it manually. Data transfer this time. Text document I have added, and let me create a new folder as well. New folder, Naveen. Now let me transfer the manually. So whatever the two folder file and folder that I have created, I'll be able to see them here as well. See, Naveen folder and new text document. Okay, like that. You can do a manual data transfer between source and destination. Manual SnapMirror data transfer by using this command, update command. Okay. So next thing is, for example, due to some reasons, you are doing some maintenance activity on one of the cluster. So as part of that, when you are doing the maintenance activity, like for example, on-tap upgrade, all these kind of things, what you need to do, you need to stop the replication, or else it will show you as unhealthy. It will fail the replication, right? If cluster is not available, or if that particular node is not available, uh, right? So SnapMirror queues is the command to pass the replication. Okay, SnapMirror queues destination path. Okay. Whatever the commands so far I'm running, I'm running them on destination cluster only. SnapMirror creation, SnapMirror initialization, SnapMirror update, SnapMirror queues, all these things I have ran on destination cluster only. Okay. Now check SnapMirror show. If you run this command, earlier it is showing like mirrored and idle. Now it is showing like mirrored and queued. Queued means nothing but passing the replication. Now it will not transfer the data from source to destination according to schedule. Even you cannot transfer the data manually as well. Let's try it. Will throw an error because SnapMirror is queued. See, it is saying command failed. Transfer did not start because the relationship is in queue state. That means I have passed the replication. No more data transfer will happen between these two volumes, vol1 and SM vol1. Okay. Again, if you want to restore it, again, if you want to resume the copy, then SnapMirror resume. Okay. You can mention source path and destination path, or you can mention only destination path also. Now, see, again, it came back to normal state. Earlier, it is showing like queued. Now it is again idle. Why it is showing false here now? Because it missed the last transfer. Like it has to run the SnapMirror transfer at 4:35, right? According to our 5-minute schedule. But it missed it because we put it in queue state. That is the reason it's showing false. If you do it manually, if you update it manually, or during the next transfer, again it will start the copy from source to destination, right? Then again it will become healthy, true. Okay, let's see now. Once the transfer is completed, it will become true again. Let it finish. Actually, nothing, no data. See, became true again. So whenever you put it in queues, no data transfer is happening between source and destination, right? But my schedule try to run the SnapMirror, but it will fail because I put it in queues. That is the reason it is showing false. If you put it intentionally, then it is showing false, healthy false, then that's fine. But you have not queued it, still it is showing false, then you need to figure it out, like what happened. Okay. Now, And one more thing, guys, whenever these two volumes are in relationship with each other, the SnapMirror destination volume will be read-only state. That means you cannot create any new data here. See, you'll be not able to create anything, or you'll be not able to delete anything. See, and you'll be not able to modify anything. Let me try to modify it. No, you cannot do anything. See, it is asking me to create a new document. Even it won't allow me to create a new document because my destination volume is a read-only volume. You'll be not able to perform anything. Your data is secure in SnapMirror destination volume. Unless if you make some changes on the source, yeah, nothing can be done on the destination. For example, if you delete something on the source, let me delete something. Like let me delete these SnapMirror, these three softwares here. Okay, ICO and so let me update it manually. So during this update, it will delete the data on the destination as well. ICOs, see, still I'm able to see them. Now, if you do a refresh, see, I don't see them here as well because I told you, right, mirror. So whatever you have on source, same thing will be there on destination. If you delete them, the data will be deleted on destination as well. Now we understand about what is queues and what is resume, right? Now, for example, I want to bring, I want to test some data. Like for example, now I'm copying the data from source to destination, but I just want to test it. Like once the SnapMirror relation is broken, will I be able to access that destination volume or not? I just want to test it. Okay, I am able to modify the data, or I'm able to write new data to my destination SnapMirror Netapp share or not. I just want to test it. So in order to do that, we need to make the destination volume read write, right? So in order to do that, first what you need to do, you need to pass the replications queues. Okay. One more thing, guys, why we need to perform queues first? What queues will do? Queues will not pass the replication immediately. It will check if there are any SnapMirror replication running between these two volumes. If there is any running replication, queues will let the transfer complete. Okay, once the transfer is completed, then only it will pass the replication. Okay, yeah. After that, it will not allow next coming schedules will transfer the data between these two volumes. Okay. Once the transfer is completed, what we need to do, we need to break the replication. SnapMirror break destination volume. That's it. So what it will do, it will break the relation between source and destination volumes. Normally, what queues will do? Queues will only pass the replication, but break will break the replication between source and destination volume. And if you observe here, if you run volume show, whatever the SnapMirror volume you have so far, it is showing as DP, right? Now it became read write. That means now I'll be able to do whatever I want. Like for example, here I want to delete something. Yeah, I can delete that. Now I want to write some new data. I can write new folder. I can create a new document here as well, like bitmap image. I want to create. I want to create another something rich text document. Yeah, I can do whatever I want now on the destination because now these two volumes are not in relation anymore. So my destination volume became read write. So I can do whatever I want. But this breaking is a just a temporary break. That means if you want, again you can bring these two volumes back to relationship. Before that, let me show you what is the status of SnapMirror now. In SnapMirror, it is showing like earlier it used to show like snap mirrored, right? Now it is showing broken off. That means these two volumes are not in relationship with them anymore, not in relationship anymore. Okay, that is the reason. That's why it is showing broken off. Now, if you want to bring it back, the snap mirror relation, then snap mirror resync is the command. Snap mirror resync destination volume name. That's it. But again, as you are putting them back to relation again, so whatever the changes you made on destination, those will be gone. Like I have created a new bitmap image, new rich text document. I have deleted one data. All those things again will will lose them. And now let me refresh it. See, again I got the data, and whatever that new rich document bitmap image, I lost them because again now my destination volume became my destination volume will become again DP, and they are in as they are in snap mirror relationship now. Whatever the data I have on the source, only that has to be there on the destination as well, right? That's the reason. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, cool. Now let's complete the DR activity procedure as well. Like what is the procedure we'll follow during the disaster recovery. After that, we'll delete the snap mirror and we'll stop the class for today. So tomorrow, maybe on Tuesday, we'll start a new topic in snap mirror. Okay. So you understand, right? What is queues? What is resume? What is break? What is break and what is resync? When you break the replication, if you want it back again in relationship, then you need to use resync. If you pass the replication using queues, if you want to resume the replications, then resume. Okay. Now, if you see snap mirror, again it will be normal state, idle, snap mirror, and idle. Yeah. Now let's assume that so far my clients are using wall one. Okay, my clients are using wall one. Now let's assume that my entire cluster one went down or wall one became inaccessible. Okay, but that is a critical application which we cannot afford downtime. So what we'll do immediately, we'll ask them to will provide them access to the sm underscore wall one. Okay, sm underscore wall one. But before doing that, what we need to do, we need to immediately choose the replication. Okay, break the replication so that my sm underscore wall one become read write and my clients can copy the data to sm underscore wall one, right? So again, my application will be available without no time, right? Just how long it will took me to uh, break and queues, just hardly 10 seconds, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just give them this path and ask them to mount it to their application. So their application will do, their application will use this path and will access the data, will write the data to my SnapMirror destination from now onwards, because my source is not inaccessible. My source volume or my source cluster became inaccessible. Okay. Now, as part of this yeah disaster, now my clients are writing data to uh, here like source, right? Sorry, DR volume. Okay, let's assume that they are writing some data. They wrote some data. Okay, this is, let's assume that this is the data, and let me see if I can find some more data. Copy. No, the shortcuts. C drive. Downloads. We already copied something. Documents also we got. That's okay. Let's see. Okay. Now my clients are accessing my DR volume. So what is the RPO? What is RTO? Recovery time object. What is RPO? RPO is maybe 1 minute or less than that, right? Like once their application started accessing the share, DR share, that's it. That is the RPO. How long it will took us to restore the service again, bring the data available to my customer. That is the RTO. Okay. So what is the RPO? RPO is uh, let's assume that my SnapMirror failed at 427, 447. What is the last transfer? 440. Sorry, my source site went at 447. Okay, last transfer is at 445. That means 2 minutes is my RPO. Like my DR might be um, 2 minutes behind the source, right? Because whatever the data that copied to source cluster for the 2 minutes, the data will be not available. If they copy something, if they don't copy, then nothing. My source and destination are up to date. If they don't copy any data in last 2 minutes, right? Like that. So that is the RTO and RPO. Okay. Now, so now my client is accessing SM underscore vol1. So my business is running, no impact on my business. Like my application went down for like 1 minute or 2 minutes. Again, I bought it back by providing access to DR. Okay. Now what I need to do, I need to figure out like what happened on the source, why my source volume became inaccessible, why my source cluster became inaccessible, like why it went down. We'll figure it out and we'll fix it meanwhile, no problem as they are using the DR. Now I figured out and I fixed everything. Now my cluster one is up and my wall one is available. Can we move client access from DR to production straight away? No, right? Why? Because let's assume that it took like 1 hour for us to bring everything back, bring the production back. So during this 1 hour, my client has copied lot of data to my DR, right? So what about the data? If you move access, if you move client access to production, they'll be not able to see the data what they have copied during the last 1 hour, right? So what you need to do, you need to do a reverse snap mirror replication. Yeah. So what you need to do, you need to uh, do a reverse snap mirror. So what it will do, it will start the snap mirror from SM wall1 to wall1, and whatever the new data that came to SM underscore wall1 in last 1 hour, that data also will be copied to source. Okay, that data also will be copied to source. Okay, that data will be copied to source. Now, what is the procedure to do a reverse snap mirror? So what you need to do, you need to use a resync command again. Let me tell you, run resync command on destination cluster. Okay, destination cluster. Then what it will do, it will bring the broken replication back to normal state. Okay, if you do a resync on cluster, then what it will do, it will start the reverse snap mirror replication. Okay, it will start the reverse snap mirror replication. Okay, same command but two purpose. So where you are running this command is a important thing. If you run the racing command on the destination, it will bring the broken replication back to normal state. If you run this command, racing command on the source cluster, then what it will do? It will do the reverse transfer like that. So far, the transfer is happening between wall1 to sm underscore wall1. Now, what it will do if I run resync on the cluster one, it will start copying the data from sm wall1 to wall1. Okay. So anyway, so I have like whatever the data my client copied to sm underscore wall1. Now I need to copy everything back to wall1 also. Then only I can move their access to wall1, because my wall1 is not having the latest data. My sm underscore wall1 is having the data because disaster happened. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, SnapMirror resync. Observe that I'm running this command on cluster one now. First time I'm running the SnapMirror command on source cluster one. Okay. SnapMirror resync destination path. Here the destination path is first. Let's enter the source path. Source path is svm1 underscore cluster 2 colon sm underscore wall1. This is my destination source path, right? Because right now I want to copy the data. I want to do a reverse snap mirror from sm wall1 to wall1. So I need to provide the source path as that. Okay. Now destination path. Destination path is svm1 underscore cluster 1 and wall1. Right. That's it. So what it will do, it will create a reverse snap mirror and it will start initializing, start copying the data from sm wall1 to wall1. It will not copy entire data. Again, it will, what it will do, it will create snapshots on both the ends, snap mirror snapshots, and it will compare the data changes, like whatever the extra data we have, whatever the changes that that made on sm wall1 by client, those changes will be applied to or copied to wall1 during the reverse snap mirror transfer. That's it. Now if you check snap mirror show, preparing it, still preparing, finalizing it, copied some data, 80 MB copied. Okay. So 80 MB of data changes happened on the SM wall1 when my wall1 went down. See, now it is healthy. SnapMirror is healthy. And if you refresh the wall1 now, you'll be able to see those things. See, you'll be not able to see those new data, right? Now let me refresh it. See, I'm not seeing them. Why? Oh yeah, I'm able to see them. See, default RDP. These are the things we copied, right? What are the things we copied from documents folder? Yeah, Visual Studio and SQL Server. You see SQL Management Server and Visual Studio also might be somewhere here only. Yeah, Visual Studio. See, these are copied from my SM underscore wall1 to wall1 with SnapMirror reverse transfer. So like that, what we need to do, we need to put a schedule as well. Not only that, we need to like either, again, even after copying the data, we cannot move client access to source, right? Because during the business days, they can't afford downtime. We need to plan the activity to move the client access back to original production volume from SM wall1 to wall1. So what we need to do, we need to coordinate with our end user, application user or client, whoever it is. We need to ask them, like, when you want to move. Right now you are running on the DR site, you need to talk to them. So we want to move, we bought your production back again, we want to move the data back to production. So they'll tell us like, let's move it in the coming weekend. So we need to follow some procedure according to your organization, like creating some changes and all. I mean, ITIL procedure. And yeah, now once let's assume that today today is Sunday. So we are moving client access from source to, I mean, SM wall 1 to wall 1 now. So as part of that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to again perform update, SnapMirror update, because last time I copied is 3 days back. There might be some more data changes happened on the SM wall 1, my client, right? So whenever before moving the client access from wall SM wall 1 to wall 1, what you need to do, you need to update it. So update means what update will do, it will copy the data from source volume to destination volume, right? So yeah, SnapMirror update. Okay, let me collect it from here. I don't want to. Okay, or else source path SVM 1 cluster 2 colon SM underscore wall 1 by destination path. Oh, sorry. Let's update it manually. Once the update is completed, ask client to stop it. Ask client to stop using that SM wall 1. Okay, and do update again. Okay, once update is completed, then choose the reverse snap mirror. Choose it. Okay, choose the reverse snap mirror. Break the reverse snap mirror. Okay, break the reverse snap mirror. Now ask them to start using wall 1. Okay, once they started using wall 1, come back to our actual destination cluster, which is cluster 2, and perform a resync here. Snap mirror resync. Source cluster. What is our source cluster now? What is our source cluster? Source path. Sorry, SVM1 cluster 1, right? Column wall 1 and destination cluster, destination path. That's it. Again, what it will do? Again, it will resume the snap mirror replication from wall 1 to SM wall 1. Okay, that's it. After that, you need to remove the reverse snap mirror replication, which we used during the DR. Okay, this is how, this is what will happen in real DR scenario. This is how they'll perform whenever any disaster occurred during the real disaster scenarios. Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. Now after that, what you need to do in order to delete the, and one more thing, I forgot to show you the snapshots, how SnapMirror snapshots will looks like. Let me show you them. Okay. See, normal SnapMirror snapshot looks like this. Okay, they'll start with SnapMirror dot blah 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 something. Okay, it will have date and the time here. See, this is the date and time. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to delete the reverse SnapMirror replication that I created, right? So in order to do that, you need to again come back to a destination cluster. So for the reverse SnapMirror, who is the destination? Cluster 1, right? Yeah. Come here, SnapMirror show. If you run this command, it will show you in broken off state. The SnapMirror from my SM wall 1 to wall 1 is broken off because that is a reverse SnapMirror, which we don't need anymore. Because Now we bought the original SnapMirror back, wall 1 to SM wall 1. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. So let's delete it. SnapMirror, delete, destination path, wall 1, and source path. This is our source path, right? Yeah, that's it. Now if you see SnapMirror show, see, you'll be not able to see that. Now what you need to do, you need to go to the source of the reverse SnapMirror, and if you run SnapMirror list destinations command, you'll be able to see some entries related to reverse SnapMirror on source as well. Okay, SnapMirror list destinations. If you run this command, you'll be able to see some entries related to reverse SnapMirror. See, SM wall 1 to wall 1. This is a reverse SnapMirror, right? You need to delete these entries as well. So in order to delete them, what you need to do? SnapMirror release. Now source path. So what is the source path? This is the source path, right? It's copied from here. You don't need to enter it manually. Destination path. It's destination path and relationship ID. So this is the relationship ID. That's it. So guys, when you break the relation, you can bring it back by erasing and all. But once you delete the replication, you cannot bring the relation back. Okay, it will be deleted. It will be deleted permanently. Again, if you want to put the volumes in relation, what you need to do? You need to recreate the SnapMirror again from the beginning. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Now run the SnapMirror list destinations command. See, it is showing empty. Now we have properly and perfectly deleted the reverse SnapMirror. Okay. We have properly deleted the reverse SnapMirror. Any questions?
No.
Cool. Now let's assume that I don't want SnapMirror relations for my wall 1 anymore because my wall 1 is not critical anymore. So I want to delete the relation between wall 1 and SM wall 1 as well, which is a original SnapMirror. So same thing on the destination, you need to choose the SnapMirror destination path. After that, you need to break the SnapMirror. After that, see, it is broken off now. Now delete the SnapMirror, delete. You can use either only destination path or source and destination path. Better to mention source path and destination path. Okay, that is the best practice. But I'm lazy. That's why I'm using only destination path. And as this is a lab, we don't have many relationships, right? So once you have deleted the SnapMirror, that's it, gone. You don't have SnapMirrors anymore. Even you cannot bring it back. What you need to do again, you need to create it from the beginning, like a SnapMirror create, initialize. Yeah, you need to do. Okay, but still, if you see, you'll be able to see the snapshots related to SnapMirror on my volume. Still I'm seeing the SnapMirror snapshots. Either you need to delete them manually or you need to perform a clean release. You know, right? After deleting the snapshot on SnapMirror replication on destination, you need to perform a release on source as well, right? So SnapMirror list destinations. If you run this command, still you are seeing the entry for the SnapMirror between wall 1 and SM wall 1. So you need to release it. SnapMirror release source path and destination path. Yeah, destination path. Okay, and relationship ID. Sorry. Oh, why? What happened? Relationship ID. Okay, relationship ID. You need to enter this. That's it. This is the clean way to delete the SnapMirror. Okay, so what this release will do? Release will delete the SnapMirror snapshots also from both source and destination. If you don't do it now, if you don't release it properly, the snapshots, the SnapMirror snapshots will be there forever, and they might consume the space from your volume and will cause problems. What's lost? Okay, yeah, that's it, guys. It will take some time to clean the. I mean, the SnapMirror snapshots will be deleted automatically, but it will take some time, like a few minutes. In few minutes, you'll be not able to see the SnapMirror snapshots. Okay. Any questions? That's it. This is the entire normal SnapMirror. Okay. If you don't have any questions, then we'll talk about SVMDR and remaining SnapMirror types like LS SnapMirror, TDP SnapMirror day after tomorrow. I mean, not day after tomorrow. Sorry, on Tuesday. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you, Navin. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Bye.